Venimos en Futurecom 2012, nos visita ahora Matt Carter, que es de Sprint, del área de Wholesale, del operador, y vamos a cambiar al inglés para hablar con él. Matt, welcome to Telesemana.
Thank you.
It's not very common for us to see a US operator in Futurecom. I mean, I've been covering the show for many years, and now we see Sprint here, which, we have to take it as that the show is very important, and for some reason you have an interest in Latin America. So tell us why Sprint is actually here. What is your role, or what are you trying to get out of this show?
Well, obviously, being here, we view it as a real opportunity. We look at around the world where growth is taking place, and obviously here in South America, in Brazil, Argentina, and places like that, we're seeing a lot of growth. What we really do, we provide global telecommunications services. So from machine to machine, telematics services, to wireline services, we bring a real portfolio of opportunity to carriers around the globe. And here in Latin America in particular, we believe this is a real growth area for us as a company.
So basically you would try to find partners or companies to provide advice to in terms of how to develop difficult markets like machine to machine or things like that?
So, it varies from one company or one country to another based upon what they need. Our strategy is really a strategy around enablement. So what that means is that we try to help enable others, be it do they need products from us, do they need services from us, do they need hardware from us. We try to bring a whole range of opportunities, and then based upon what they need, we try to provide it to them. And we do it really under three fronts: know, innovate, grow. So that's sort of our focus. Know, we go in, assess the situation, try to understand exactly what the customer and partner is looking for. Innovate, we go back then and we create this sort of range of innovative products and services, and then grow. At the end of the day, we're all here to grow. What we try to do is help these customers and partners to grow.
Okay. Now, maybe it's my ignorance, but this is a recent thing that you're trying to do, or you've been involved with Latin America for long enough that I've been in the industry for 10 years, and I saw Sprint doing things in Mexico at some point, but I haven't seen Sprint anywhere else. So I don't know if this is just new from this year, new strategy from this year, or actually you've been in the shadows actually pursuing, now you're coming out.
So really great question. So we operate in 165 countries around the world, and we've been here for a number of years. What's actually changed is the fact that as we look at the growth around the globe, we view Brazil and countries here as a real growth opportunity. So what we're doing is just really stepping up our visibility. We're trying to be much more visible. And then also too, given our sort of innovative approach as a company, we believe we bring a lot to the party in helping other companies to fulfill their particular innovative needs as well.
Okay, one thing that I would say Sprint is kind of well known in Latin America, at least. I mean, you're well known for many things, but one of the things probably is the MVNO scenario, and you are from the wholesale area.
Yeah.
Because Sprint has a lot of MVNOs, and you are having kind of a good relationship, and in Latin America the discussion is still around, shall I have MVNOs in my network, shouldn't I, it's still do they bring value, do they steal customers, what is the scenario? And actually Sprint is very well known for having a lot of MVNOs. So why don't you tell us what's the mechanics, how Sprint has been able to successfully have so many MVNOs that you don't feel that they are competing with you, but that they are adding value to you.
So let me give you a factual statistic. 75% of Sprint's net adds come from the wholesale group, from MVNOs. So the market in the United States is open, it's competitive, and what we believe is that if we don't go after that opportunity, somebody else will. Okay. So why not have them on your own network and support them and help them to grow? As far as here in South America, what we've seen is specific companies targeting certain segments of their population who migrate to the United States. So if there's an Argentinian population in the United States, they want to sort of set up an MVNO to target that audience, or a Brazilian, or whatever it may be. And so they come to us because we know how to do that. We're the leading provider of MVNOs in the United States. What's interesting though is, should the markets down here be open up more towards MVNOs? And I certainly don't want to get into government and policy and what they should do here. But what I would say is that we've been encouraged. We don't view it as a conflict. We don't view it like an MVNO customer in the United States is taking business from us. We view it as, you know what, they have a value proposition, they have a brand, they appeal to a certain part of the population. We support that as long as they're riding on our network. So we actually win in that scenario as well. And we think that operators here could learn from what we've done as a way to open up another growth opportunity for themselves here in this market.
So for you, there is no doubt that MVNOs are beneficial for MNOs. So if you have to recommend to any operator, you know, it's not dependent on your size, or probably it's dependent on the number of spectrum you have. I mean, if you are already collapsed, probably you don't want to have more operators. But if you are not, you would be obviously in favor of MVNOs.
We think the MVNO business is a good business. So here's one of the things about the MVNO business, you know, for our sake, you know, we're not subsidizing handsets, right? So really what we're doing is providing this operator access to a network. And they go out and we work with them. We help them to procure devices. We help them to procure distribution. And we even partner with them because, you know, typically they're mid to small size companies and they look for expertise that we can bring, whether it's marketing, whether it's products. And so we're very encouraged by helping them to do so. And we would say that companies here, again, we don't want to state what they should do or any sort of policy issues and things like that. But what we believe is that if you embrace it as a growth opportunity, you will increase your top line and bottom line revenues as an operator.
One important thing that you announced recently, or during this year, I don't know if it was recently, but during this year, it was a new product that would allow you to host an MVNO with very small number of users. And I think that's key because probably in Latin America, people think that MVNOs need to have a minimum in terms of the number of users. And perhaps you, with this kind of offering, are proving that you could be a small MVNO and be successful, especially if you have, you know, if you are another brand that sells other services, goods and services. Mobile could be something that adds value. So tell us about that product.
I think that is excellent. So in this world of Twitter, where people have niche followings and large followings or whatever it may be, we believe that offering a wide range, whether you are an MVNO of that services 10 customers, you know, or 5 million customers, our cost structure, our go-to-market model allows us to accommodate that wide range of support.
Okay.
So it's a really good model. It doesn't cost a lot from our end to provide the service, and it's easy, but in a turnkey way, to get a small MVNO up and running and provide their value proposition to an audience.
Okay, so that's something that you would be able to provide. Let's say an operator wants your advice on this. You would be able to travel to Argentina and advise on how to deploy a system that would allow these operators to have smaller MVNOs within their networks? Is that basically what you...
Yeah, so we're doing that already. So we spend a lot of time down here. We come down and say, you know what, we see there's a X number of Brazilians in the United States who, by the way, want to potentially have some connection back to their home country. You have a brand, you have a cultural understanding. We can help you set up shop very easily in the U.S. very easily to reach that audience. But also too, if you decide that, you know, if the markets are open here and you're an MVNO, you want to be an MVNO player and compete against the incumbents, we can bring an expertise to help you understand what you need to do, provide, you know, consultative services and other types of things that can make you successful in your home market to compete as well.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for visiting us.
Thank you.
Time is running, as you know how this works.
Yes.
But I appreciate it, and good luck with the show. And you're bringing a very interesting value proposition in terms of the MVNOs. Probably you have other things to do, but we have discussed MVNOs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Take care.